Shotguns are super fun to use in your first-person shooter or third-person shooter games, but they are unique compared to most other guns. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to reload individual shells, interrupt that reloading if you want to shoot again, fire multiple line traces, etc. It's going to be a great video, and I have one more bonus in here for you for a flashlight attachment. If you guys are interested in that, stick around to the end. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Taken Grace, and I make Unreal Engine tutorials and videos just like this. So if you guys want to become better game devs with me and learn a ton about Unreal Engine, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and consider joining the Discord, where we have a lot of like-minded game devs that you can bounce ideas off of. And there's a forum in there. If you have any trouble on any of my videos, I can help you out. All right, let's lock and load into this video. All right, we're back in the engine here, and today, just to walk through what we're going to be doing, we're going to be working on changing our shotgun from shooting just one line trace to shooting multiple ones. We're going to fix a few things inside the bullet trace, because there's a few mistakes in there from a previous video, so I'll show you guys what that was. We're going to add in some reloading mechanic for the shotgun so that it reloads one shell at a time, enabling you to actually cancel the reload if you want to start shooting again, and it just kind of loads it one at a time. Okay, and then at the very end of the video, I will show you guys how to turn on and off the flashlight attachment, and this will not only work in the shotgun, but also work in the rest of the weapons that we've created if you have a flashlight attached. All right, so great stuff coming here. Let's get started here. So just like with the last couple of videos, we're going to first start off. Let's just open up everything we need here. First off, open up your data, shotgun data. We're going to be using that. We're going to be using our first person character. So we'll open him. We will, of course, be using our weapon class. And then now also we need to open the shotgun and the sniper as well. Okay, so we'll just have all of those tabs open just because we'll be switching back and forth between the two of them. Okay, so the first one here I just want to highlight is we made a gameplay tag before for, it'll be under weapon probably, sniper and shotgun. So this was the video where we would be using them. However, we've discovered obviously with the gameplay tags that if you're referencing a child with a gameplay tag, it doesn't work with a switch node. So we're going to abandon that and not use that at all. And we're going to just use regular tags. So in our sniper, we're going to go to class defaults here. And we need to just search tag, and it'll come down here under actor, under advanced. You'll see one that says tags here. So we're going to add a tag, and that tag's just going to be sniper. Okay, and we'll do the exact same thing with the shotgun. Class defaults, we'll type in tag, and this will just say shotgun. Okay, a little annoying again with the gameplay tags that it doesn't work with children for some reason. I'm not sure if there's a workaround for that or not, but anyways, we're going to go into our weapon class next. We're going to make a couple of variables. One called is Rechambering. That'll be a Boolean. And then one more called pellet count. Okay, that's going to be an integer, and we can compile and then set that to be 8. Okay, the only one that's going to be reading this is our shotgun anyway, so it doesn't matter that all the other weapons have that variable. Okay, so first let's start with the firing logic stuff. So let's go into hit scan line trace. Okay, so here's our line trace. The issue that I'm going to show you guys how to fix here is we're going to hit play, and when we shoot, occasionally you'll see that some line traces aren't firing, and actually somebody brought that up in the comments for one of my videos. The reason for that is if I actually go back to this and debug, draw the debug type as persistent, so it's gonna, the line trace is gonna remain for the entirety until I stop simulating. So there's one. As soon as one disappears, like right there, I'm gonna just turn around and you'll see that that line trace actually shot behind me. So that's actually caused right here by this multiplication node, this negative one. So at that point it reached, it got a value that's negative, so it shot behind us instead. Okay, we do need this. However, we're gonna change it slightly here. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this for now. Okay, this multiplication node should actually be an addition node. Stuttered myself there. And we'll plug that in here. That's why it was doing it. So now it's always gonna shoot it forward. We're gonna split this once again. And however, I'm just gonna show you one thing here as well. So specifically once we get the shotgun going, it'll look even more obvious. So let's just start right here. First, we're checking here, are we using the shotgun? We're gonna get rid of this because we aren't gonna use the gameplay tags. We're just gonna get actor has tag instead. Okay, and it'll be the weapon class, and the tag we want is shotgun. shotgun. Okay, we'll plug that into the branch here. All right, so now if it is the shotgun, we're gonna get a for each loop, and pardon me, scratch that. We're gonna get a for loop down here, flow control for loop. Okay, this is where we're gonna plug in our pellet count. So this is gonna execute as many times as we have the pellet count. Okay, so we're gonna tell it to do a line trace basically 8 times. Okay, we don't need to do anything else. That's literally it, except we need to take our pellet count and we need to subtract by 1 and then plug that in. Okay, so now that's going to come in and it's going to do it, because remember 0 is included in that. So if we minus this by 1, it'll be 7, and that'll all equal 8 shots. Okay, and then that'll constantly go until it hits 0, and then it's going to stop firing. Okay, so let's hit compile. Let's go into our first person character and our class defaults. Let's change our starting weapons to be the shotgun. Whoops. The shotgun and the sniper rifle. Let's hit compile. Let's check it out. So we got our shotgun here. Oh, for a second I thought that was our sniper, but it's actually our shotgun with all like crazy attachments that I would never put on a shotgun. So let's just go to player defaults here and just take those out. The grip, let's put on the flashlight, and the barrel will do none, and the sight will do none as well. We'll just have this straight ass shotgun. All right, there we go. There we go. That's a normal looking shotgun. Okay, we're gonna shoot, and you'll see that our shots are not going that far. So if you want to increase the range of your shotgun, you can. We can do that in weapon data here in a second. But anyways, as we shoot, you can see that we're only shooting, you know, in a straight line essentially, and it's kind of the same every single time. So what we're gonna do to fix that is actually come back into our weapon classes fire logic here. So these are all exactly the same. We're gonna break the X, pardon me, the Y and the Z, and then we're just gonna duplicate these so that there's one for each of them, and then we're gonna plug these in on their own. I was gonna collapse that into the graph, but I mean, that's fine. Okay, so let's hit compile. Let's go into our shotgun data for a second. First of all, the weapon kick should be like way higher. I just found it wasn't that high. So let's do 20, and maybe it's not. Maybe it's in the weapon class here. So we want to find for the shotgun specifically. We'll just get rid of tag. Looking for bullet spread. 30, that's good. Range, here we go. Let's do 1,000 for the shotgun. Okay, we'll compile. Let's go here, and there you go. Now you got completely randomized shotgun pattern. That's exactly what we want. All right, so now we have our shotgun spread all figured out here, and that's actually pretty good for range. Like if someone's over there and I shoot them, that's not quite getting them. Probably, you know what? Let's maybe make it just a bit more. Let's do like 1,500, and we'll hit play, and we'll hit. Oh, yikes! That's the. If we're gonna do that, let's make the bullet spread like way more. Like I would say like 100. Let's just check that out and see what we get here. I mean, 100 is pretty excessive actually. Maybe we'll do 50. But yeah, you need a bit more variation. You can't just have this thing be like literally sniping people across the map. Call of Duty, I'm looking at you. That's pretty good, because if someone's, you know, a whole person will take up that whole those whole 2 squares there. So if I shoot, well, I didn't even hit him for starters. So we'll do it over here. So this one here, if I shoot, probably maybe 3 of those actually hit them. These other ones would have missed. So, but what if you're right up close and you hit somebody right here? Like that's like the full thing, right? Like that, obviously that's what you want to use the shotgun for. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. You can play around with those stats and get something you like. Okay, so that's all shooting stuff. So let's work on some other stuff, specifically the reloading. So we'll keep all these open. Okay, so once again, the reload delay here for the shotgun in the data for the shotgun should be 0.4. That is per shell. Okay, we're reloading per shell 0.4. Okay. Let's go into our weapon class. Okay, in our weapon class, we're gonna go to our single fire logic. And we are going to, okay, at the end of stop firing, we're just gonna pull that down. We're gonna check once again if actor has tag and if it's the shotgun. shotgun. And also we're going to duplicate this and make this other one the sniper. Remember that these are case sensitive, so if you put a lowercase s or lowercase or in both of them, it's not going to work. All right, so we are going to drag out of the return it, and we're going to get an or. So if either one of these are true, then it's going to return true. And we'll drag out of this and get a branch. Okay. If it's false, we're not doing anything. This is going to just end. Okay. If it is true, we are going to set our is rechambering to true. Okay. Next, we need to play the montages for the rechambering that we made for the shotgun and the sniper in our animation video. If you didn't make that, that's fine. You can just watch along here for now. But so you will have an animation in your first person arms. Right here, animations. These are the ones we made in that, like I said, in that video, episode 5 or whatever it was. So if we go down here to sniper rechamber, okay, so here's that animation sequence we made. So if I click on it, it's gonna look jank because I broke my rig. So there's my rechamber animation. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to right click your animation sequence and you need to create anim montage. Okay, this is gonna create an animation montage, and we need to do the same thing for the shotgun rechamber, create animation montage. Okay, we need to open both of these. And I'm gonna show you something that most people don't mention that often. Right here, default group, it says default slot, okay? So what is the slot? If I open up my animation graph and go to my, where are we here? The anim graph. Right here, you'll see it says slot arms, okay? This slot is where Unreal Engine plays montages, and the reason it has it at the end of all of this stuff is because it basically bypasses all of this. So if you have left-hand IK, if you have a bunch of other stuff that's driving your animations, this is going to override that, and it's going to basically skip all of this. But like if you had a reload animation where you don't want your left-hand IK to be on your gun when you're pulling your magazine out and stuff, and you're playing an actual montage, that's where this comes in handy. So now your left-hand IK is not being basically run through, it's skipping and playing it in this slot. So hopefully that makes sense. But obviously I pointed that out because in both of our animation montages, it's set to default slot. We need to select this and go to slot name and select default group arms, okay? Because that is that's the slot that's inside our animation blueprint. So we need to do that for both of them. Otherwise these montages will not work. Okay, so we'll hit save. We'll close both of those montages and the anim graph. We don't need those. Okay, let's go back into our weapon class. We need to get a reference to our player because we need our arms to play this montage with. So we're gonna get our player character, get our player ref message that we made way the hell back when. Okay, so remember we put the arms mesh on here, so this is exactly what it was for. I think also let's make a variable called rechamber montage, and let's get its type anim montage. Right there, it'll be an object reference. Okay, this is just so that we can set the individual montages in the sniper rifle and the shotgun. Okay, so we'll drag that out and then we will play montage. Okay, the in skeletal mesh component will be our player's arms. Okay, all of this, that's the play rate you want at the starting position, the starting section. This will be if you have anim notifies in there. I do have a really good video idea. I just need the animations for them, which kind of like you guys let me know in the comments below if you want something like this. But basically my biggest pet peeve in first-person shooter games, specifically Sea of Thieves, is when you start doing the animation for reloading and then it gets interrupted by sprinting, or you had to jump or clamber or whatever, get away from danger or whatever the case is. Even if you were like half a second away from finishing that animation, you have to restart the entire animation over before your gun's fully reloaded. Like that just drives me freaking crazy. So one thing I want to try, which I think Sniper Elite 5 actually did, is basically create sections of the reload animation. So if you've hit this anim notify right here, then you can tell it to start there if you interrupt that animation, right? So I do want to do a video on that. I just need to play around with that and actually get a reload animation. I might just use like the third person stock one just to kind of test it out there. But yeah, if I figure that out, I'll actually make a video about that separately outside the series and then post that and you guys can check it out. Let me know in the comments if that's something you guys want. So anyways, we got our montage here. So we're going to come out of on completed, okay? And on completed, we're going to just set is rechambering back to false. And that's it, except we need to come back up here. First of all, to fix another error, we shouldn't this will cause some errors because this is pretty much anytime we stop firing because we can't fire or we have no ammo left. So we only want to get has ammo left and get a branch here. We only want to be able to or have a reload query if we don't have ammo left. Okay, that'll fix that error. Otherwise, some funky things happen. And then we're going to add another pin here, and we're going to get is rechambering, and we're going to get a not be boolean. So we do not want to be rechambering. We want to have ammo left, and we want to be able to fire, or we have the tag can fire. Okay, if all of those are true, this is going to return true. Okay, so we'll compile. Let's test that out. So let's hit play. We'll shoot. Oh, it didn't rechamber. And where did we go wrong? Oh, we didn't set the montage. Silly us. I mean, silly me. Okay, rechamber montage for the shotgun is going to be the shotgun rechamber, and then the sniper rifle will be the sniper rifle. Now we'll test it out. Now it'll work. Boom. There it is. So it's pretty immediate. Same with the sniper rifle. So that actually in itself will probably cause, especially with the sniper rifle, will cause some issues. Because we're gonna have projectiles coming out of the sniper rifle. So if you start rechambering just as you're shooting that's gonna affect the trajectory of the bullets. So let's fix that. Let's go back into our weapon class right before the montage. Actually, before the player ref as well. We're just gonna add a delay of like 0.2 seconds. Dealy. There we go, delay of 0.2 seconds. That's probably gonna look so much better now. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that looks sick. Don't worry about my animations. Actually, I'm gonna skip ahead to where I fix, because I know exactly what the issue is, so just one sec. There we go. The shotgun was, the shotgun socket I didn't adjust, so it just looked super funky. And you can see that the left-hand IK is working great. So we'll do that, and then I'll probably just rotate it up just a hair. And then move it up just a little bit more. All right, that should be that. Now we'll test it out, and it hopefully won't look stupid. It still looks a little stupid because the animation looks a little jank, but I'm not an animator, so there we go. Anyway, so that's the rechamber that works with the shotgun, and then we have the sniper rifle, same thing. Do the little rechamber. Again, the animation looks a little jank, but I'm sure your guys' looks fine because you guys made awesome animations. I kind of rushed through it because Unreal just kept crashing. I'm sure you guys remember that video. I was super frustrated. I've actually had people comment and say that the same thing, that they've had some crashes happen in that whole thing, and they've all made bug reports, which is great because that's super weird. Anyways, okay, so that's the rechamber. Now let's work on the reloading of the shotgun here. So let's close the sniper rifle. We're totally done with that. Now we don't need it. We'll keep shotgun open. We're going to be in weapon class. The first thing I want to do is actually go into reload math. So this is where we're setting our bullet difference and checking our magazine size and current local ammo. We don't want to do that for the shotgun specifically unless you're using a magazine in a shotgun in your game. If that's the case, hang on to this node. Just duplicate it to make a second one. Okay. If you do, if you don't, if you just have pump action where you like load the shell in manually, we're going to go into this. We're essentially going to change the majority of this. We're going to delete bullet difference. We are gonna, we're at local shotgun ammo. We're gonna minus that by 1, and no, we're straight deleting all of this. This is gonna go away. This is gonna go away. Yeah, we're just basically starting over here. So remember that this is getting our reserve ammo, and then we're setting that as our local ammo. Okay, so we want to basically check, is this greater than 0? Like, do we have any at all? Because we can just keep reloading up until we have no reserve ammo in our shotgun, right? So. And then the other thing we need to check is we need to get we're inside our weapon class, so we should just have access to the current ammo, which is the actual variable, not the local one. Okay, and we're just checking to see if this is equal to our max magazine size, which we can get from the local down here because we set that earlier, local mag size. Okay, and we're going to get a and boolean. Plug this in the bottom and plug this in the bottom. Okay, does our current ammo equal our max mag size, and is our reserve ammo greater than 0? We want to make sure both of those are true. If they are, we're just going to take our current ammo, wherever that is. That's in our weapon defaults, right? Yeah, current ammo. We're gonna get that, and then we're just gonna hit plus plus. We're just gonna add one and set it. Okay. If either one of these are false, we don't want to continue doing this, and we're actually going to end this. We should plug this into outputs, or sorry, we should plug this into set ammo reserves. Okay, we'll plug both of these into set ammo reserves. That actually should be it for this. Yes, that is it for this. Okay, we'll hit compile. So this is specifically for a pump shotgun. Okay, so I'm actually just going to comment box this and say pump shotgun only, and then maybe in brackets I'll put shell fed. Okay. Yeah, once again, if you want to use magazines, just literally, if you accidentally just overwritten that, just duplicate this and then change to all the ammo stuff, all the shotgun ammo stuff that we did there. So, okay, that's done. Let's now go back into our reload logic, because we need to do a couple of things in here. Number one, let's disconnect this delay, and then let's get rid of this then to pin. Why can't I? Why can't I? Okay, apparently I can't. That's super lame. Okay, we'll get rid of shotgun reload logic, because that's what's, or maybe we'll just move it up here. Okay, so here we're going to be checking if, so we'll say actor has tag. Actor has tag. I don't know why we couldn't get it from there. Oh, it's because it wasn't an executable thing. Okay, and then the tag obviously will be the shotgun. And we'll get a branch and plug that in right here. Now that this is plugged in, can I get rid of this? No. Why can't I get rid of this? That's so strange. I've never had that issue before. Maybe if I hit compile. There, okay, yeah, you gotta hit compile. There we go. Okay, so we're checking if actor has tag. If actor does not have the tag shotgun, we're just gonna do everything reloading per normal. Okay, so all right, and if we do have the shotgun tag here, we're gonna make two event dispatchers here. Number one will be shotgun reload, and number two will be cancel reload. Okay, and then one more we're gonna make right here is a custom event called finish reload. Okay, and we're gonna plug that in right here. What this is gonna do, we don't need this delay and we don't need the reload map that's happening for everything else, but all of this stuff we don't want to redo, which is like resetting our current ammo. We're gonna have to do that anyway, but it's just the sound effect we want to grab, and then obviously ending the switch weapons animation, and then getting all of these gameplay tags added back into our container. So we want to do all of that stuff after we're done our shotgun reload. But we want to be able to do that basically whenever we want, like specifically when we start shooting, again, if we're in the middle of reloading our shotgun. Okay, so that's pretty important that that's there. We're going to grab the shotgun reload event dispatcher up here and then call that event here. Okay. Let's hit compile, and let's go into our shotgun now. We're going to do some scripting inside our shotgun, okay? So first thing we need to do, let's just get rid of these. We don't need those. We're going to right-click. We're going to add a call to parent function to the begin play. So what this does here is this will enable the shotgun to still execute all of the things off the begin play from the parent class, which is the weapon class. But now we can add to this, okay? So what we're going to actually do here is we're going to bind to a bind event to where is it, on shotgun reload, and we'll do one more bind event to, I just saw it, cancel reload. Okay, so we'll just get those going. We're gonna make a custom event out of this, and this is going to be shotgun reload timer, we'll call it. First thing we need to do is to figure out how many shells we need to reload. So we're going to make a variable in here called shells to reload. That'll be an integer. Okay, so we are first going to get our current ammo. So the one annoying thing is we're inside our child class, so we don't have access to all the variables. You have to like actually type them out. So we want to get our current ammo. So get current ammo, and then we also want to get our gun data. And we want to get our max mag size. Okay, and we just want to minus our max mag size by our current ammo, and that's going to give us how many shells we need to reload. Okay. All right, once that's set, we need to get a timer, set timer by event. Okay, let's create this custom event. And we'll go add shell. Okay. Make sure this is set to loop, okay? And the time, we're gonna get this from our gun data. This is gonna be our reload time, or reload delay. Okay, so remember that was per shell. So, okay, so once that's all set, first thing we gotta check, we gotta make sure that we don't have any more shells to unload. So we're gonna get our shells to unload, and then we're gonna check if it's equals to 0. Okay. If it is, we're gonna drag out of here, clear and invalidate timer by handle. We'll just disconnect it from there, and then we'll drag out a true, okay? After that, we are gonna call our finish that's why it didn't work. Finish reload event, which was back in our, where is it? Weapon class here, right here. So we'll finish all of this, we'll end our reloading basically, okay? Let's create a custom event here. Custom event, we'll just call cancel shotgun reload, and we'll plug this in right here. Okay, this will we're gonna call this in our player when we shoot, if we are reloading our shotgun. Okay, so then it'll fire, and then it'll clear and invalidate this timer, basically stopping the reload, and then it's gonna end our animation or our reloading function here. So okay, so if this is all false, if we have actual shells to reload, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get our reload math, which we have to call manually, reload math. Okay, remember the shotgun will do its own specific thing in the reload math. We need to get our HUD. And we need to get our player character ref. So we'll just get that too, player character, and then the player character ref message. Okay, so we'll get this first. Then we'll get our HUD. Actually, sorry, we'll do the current ammo first. So, and if you recall in our HUD class, we have a interface called update current ammo message, right? So that's gonna fire an event in our HUD class, which will update our current ammo, and we wanna just get our current ammo, basically. Current ammo. Okay, and we'll plug that in. Okay, now we have this reference to our player, or do we need this? Sorry. I'm sorry, we don't need this. We just need the get player character. Okay, because the next thing we need to get is we need to get the update reserve ammo message. Okay, and we need that our player plugged into that because that's where all that data is. And this was a not event, it's an actual function. So we're getting our player, we're running this function on our player, and then we're getting this output from our player, right? So in that case, we're gonna get our HUD weapon tray widget that we made last video, I think, yeah. And we're gonna get the reserve ammo text inside that widget, and then we're gonna set the text. Okay, and that text will be how much ammo we have left. Okay, after that, let's play a sound 2D. Again, I don't have any sounds yet. I'll probably give you guys that soonish. I do have a sponsorship affiliate link there with Oculus Sound. They have lots of great sound effects. They just removed their first-person shooter one because they're making a new one apparently, which is super unfortunate because I got the one just before they removed it. It has lots of great sounds, but I obviously can't give that to you guys because it's not the right license. So anyways, so we're gonna play Sound 2D. We'll just comment and say that this is the reload shell sound. Okay. So whenever we get sound effects, we'll come back and we'll add all those in. All right, and then finally, we're gonna get our shells to reload, and we are just gonna minus. And that will minus it by 1 and set the new one here. All right, theoretically, this should work. So let's hit compile. Let's see what doesn't work, and then we'll fix it. So we'll shoot a couple times. That weapon kick's pretty crazy. Anyways, we'll hit R, we'll see our weapon not work at all. So let's see what happened there. I probably didn't call something. We called shotgun reload, shells to reload, events. Yeah, that's all there. Let's just hit play again. Let's just debug this together. You guys all like when I debug stuff, so you see how I fix stuff. I'm literally just gonna set my debug object to our shotgun, and I'm just gonna watch this execute and see what happens. So that worked, it just didn't update it didn't update this. So these silently failed, or yeah, both of those silently failed, so we'll see what happened there. Do we have... Is this valid? Let's see if this is valid. Let's hit a toggle breakpoint here. Let's play. Let's shoot and reload. Does this have any data? It does. Does this have any data? It does. The current ammo, that's incorrect. So let's check what happened in here. Local shotgun ammo. Let's watch this instead now inside the actual shotgun ammo thing here. Let's see what happens when I reload. Let's get, let's just remove you. Did that, I don't even know if that even fired. Like, let's see again. Is this not on debug object shotgun? There we go. All right, let's try that again. Let's see what happens here. So we hit, oops, play, reload. I told you to go away. Go remove breakpoint. Go away. I want reload math. And I want to... Okay, so it fired that. It fired that. It went down the false. Why did it go down the false? What didn't become out true? Let's add a breakpoint here. And we'll stop simulating and we'll just re-simulate and... Okay, you are false. Why? Which one's false? That's true. This is false. Does current ammo equal the local mag size, which is 8? Oh, I mean, that would make sense. So do we have to add a not? Yeah, we do. Sorry. Apologies here. Let's pull that back and let's add a not be Boolean. So if this is not true and this is true, that'll make that true. So this should work now. So let's hit play. Boom, boom, boom. Shoot a couple times. Hit reload. Okay, that's true now. Let's remove the breakpoint and let's just continue on our merry way here. And I want to just shoot a couple times just to see if it updates everything correctly. So reload, 1, 2, 3. Okay, reloaded the current ammo correctly, but it did not reload the reserve ammo correctly. Why would that be? That's super incorrect. So, oh, look at that. That is why. Shotgun ammo needs to be plugged in and not small ammo. That was bizarro. Why the hell was that even a thing? Okay, now this should all work. I probably should have... Yeah, anyways. Hit reload. We'll just get rid of this breakpoint so that we can see it all work. And we get rid of this breakpoint. Bye-bye. There we go. That's all upgrading correctly, so it'll update our our new ammo and our current ammo as we reload shells. That's super cool. Perfect. Okay, so I'll just move this over here so it's bigger, move this over here so it's bigger. Okay, so the final thing we need to do is we want to be able to interrupt our reloading by shooting. So that's pretty easy to add in here. So we'll just go back to our player character and we'll open our controls and find the fire enhanced input action. Okay, so we just need to add a check in here if actor has tag. And the actor will be our equipped weapon. And the tag is the shotgun. Okay, the next thing we need to do is our equipped weapon. We need to check if we are... we need to get our gameplay tags. And we need to check has tag. And the tag will be is reloading, which will be, I think, in weapon. Reload, yeah. Checking if we're reloading, and that'll be an exact match. And we want the and Boolean. Okay, let's add a branch in here. If it's false, that means it's every other weapon, so we're just gonna fire like normal. If it's true, that we do have the shotgun and we are reloading, then we're gonna call from our equipped weapon. I'll probably just use a different equipped weapon just to keep this neatish. You know what, why don't we just make this a graph? Or a collapse node here. We'll call it checks if shotgun and reloading. Okay. Let's do this. We'll open that up now. Now this could be super neat. So this will be up here. This will be up here. If it's true, we're just going to get our equipped weapon and we're going to call that event cancel reload. Cancel reload. Okay. There we go. So that'll cancel our reload, and this should work now. So let's just check it out. So we'll fire a bunch of times so we have some time to actually cancel the reload. Okay, we'll reload, and then I'm going to fire, and it's going to stop the reload and just start firing. So that's great. Reload, stopping it. There we go. Perfect. So your reload's been interrupted if you want. Okay, the final thing, which is kind of a bonus, which kind of going back to the attachment systems that we made, which is the flashlight. So let's hit compile. We're done in most of these, but we'll just keep them open for now anyway. Let's open our weapon folder and go into our meshes and our attachments. So inside here, we have all of the blueprints actors for all of our attachments. We're going to specifically open the flashlight. Okay. We're going to open the full blueprint editor, and we're going to do the same thing as before. Actually, it's already been done for us. It has a call to the parent class. Okay. We are going to make 2 custom events. One called flashlight on, and another one called custom events. Oh my god. Called flashlight off. Okay. So to this specific blueprint, we are going to add a spotlight. Okay, we'll just call it flashlight light, I guess. Let's drag that out here. And it's just the Discord going off there. If you guys want to join that, lots of great stuff in there. The people communicating and talking about stuff and sharing their projects and working with everybody else to get stuff that they want done, or getting some feedback, or chatting with me if they have issues in the tutorials. It's a great place to be. If you guys want to hang out there, then in the description below is the link to the Discord. I hope to see you there. All right, we are going to toggle visibility on this, and we are going to select propagate to children because we're going to add another light to this flashlight light after. So we want to make sure both of those are hidden. Okay, so we're going to just plug both of these into there. Let's actually go to the viewport and set this flashlight light now. You can see it's totally not in the right spot. So we're going to go to rotation on the Z, just to add 90. That'll get it facing the right way. Let's position this so that the cone is, coming out of the flashlight. I think the attenuation radius can, actually 1,000 was probably pretty good. The outer cone is what we want to shrink. Let's make it like 20. And the intensity 10,000. Let's do 20,000 actually. Okay, let's hit compile. Let's just see what that looks like. We're going to turn that on, and you can see that we now have flashlight on our shotgun. All right, so how do we toggle this on and off? Okay, so there's a specific way you have to do this, because if you add any more flashlights, specifically, actually, does that flash? No, it doesn't. So just for funsies, I'm gonna put on this shotgun. I'm gonna go to the details panel and just put on a flashlight as well. Okay, so you'll hit play. You can see by default they're on. Okay, so first of all, we'll fix that. So in the flashlight light, we're just going to go down to visible and just hide it. There it is, visible. So it's not going to be visible by default, and that'll turn it off, and it'll basically force you to have to turn it on. Okay. Well, first of all, we need to make a control for our flashlight toggle. So in input, we'll just make a new input action, and we'll call it toggle flash. Oh yeah, I can't have spaces. Flashlight. Light. Okay, that's done. We'll go back to input and go into the IMC, and we'll add that as a mapping. I think I'm just gonna do for a control Y. Y seems to be pretty good in my experience. This is actually a really good example of where I can show you why I don't use triggered when we do the IMC. Okay, so we have to put this in our player character because our player character is expecting inputs from the player controller, whereas our weapon class is not. Okay, so we need to go to our controls, and we must be in controls. There we go. Okay, down here I'll just add that IMC that we just did. Toggle flashlight input actions. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to check and see if our gun even has a flashlight, because that wouldn't make any sense if we did. So we'll get our equip weapon right here, and we're gonna get our grip mesh, and we're gonna check if our grip mesh equals the flashlights, grip flashlight. There we go. Okay, I'll make that a branch. So I'm just gonna show that this works first, and then we'll do the fine details that I was talking about after. So let's do started here for now. Okay, after that, if our grip mesh does work, well, just to make this work, we will get actor of class. Like I said, I'm just gonna show you that this works first, and then we'll get it all going here. Then we're gonna get the flashlight on and flashlight off. Let's break this. Flash light off. Okay, we will get a flip-flop node out of here. And A will be on and B will be off. Okay, we'll compile and we'll test it out here. We'll hit play. And well, first of all, you'll see that this flashlight works, and when we push Y, it's turning that one on and off, but not the one that we're equipped to. So that's where the issue is. But I just want to show you this work, and I want to show you the triggered thing, because this is like a good example of it. So triggered, it says triggering occurs after one or more processing ticks. Okay, so if I get rid of started and do triggered, and I hit Y, you can see that sometimes it like flickers, it fires off multiple times. Okay, so it's hitting that flip-flop node like 3, 4, 5 times. So that's why I like coming out of started for pretty much all of my controls, unless we want something specifically to happen, you know, on triggered. But okay, so to get this to work, what's happening is we're getting actor of class, it's getting the grip flashlight, and then if you have multiple flashlights in your game, it's gonna get the first one on the list. So if I hit play and I come over to the outliner and come down here, you'll see that we have grip flashlight 0, which is on that shotgun, and then on the one I have spawned in, here it is, shotgun 0, that's the one that I spawned in, that's attached to my player. It says flashlight number 1. So by default, it's going to get flashlight number 0 and get that actor of class. Okay, so we need a way to check that we're getting the actual flashlight attached to our actual gun. Okay, we're going to accomplish that with a cast. However, we can't get like this grip mesh and then cast to grip whatever class. Grip class or whatever the case is, because we need it to be an object, a specific object in the class. Okay, so that's why that's not going to work. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of this actor of class 1. We're actually going to get rid of this for a second here. Okay, so let's from the grip mesh, let's get all actors of class, and we'll come out of started with that. We're going to get a for each loop. For each loop, and out of this loop we want to check, we're going to basically do a double for each, which is could be bad, but we don't have a lot of what do you call them, attachments in our game, so it's not going to run very many. But anyways, out of our equipped weapon, let me just move this down here so it's a bit neater. We are going to get attached actors. That's what I want. That was so hard for some reason. Okay, so out of this we're going to get a for each. Okay, and for the loop body, we're going to check each one of these and see if this is equal to this one. Okay, we'll add a branch. If it is, we're going to come out of the loop body. If it is, we're going to execute this flip-flop node. So this is kind of messy. We'll drag this up here, and to clean this up, let's do this, and let's do... never mind, that's also messy. Okay, there we go. That'll work. Okay, so I'm going to add a breakpoint here just to illustrate how this works. So we're gonna hit compile, and we're gonna hit play, and oh, there's errors. Why is there errors? Cancel. Oh, derp, sorry, I forgot about the cast. So after that, we are going to cast to flashlight grip flashlight cast. So in this case, the cast, I mean, pretty much in every case actually for casting, this is just confirming this is this exact object, and then we can reference all of these things here. Then we can drag these in, and these will work fine. Okay, if you don't do that, if you just get this element, so we're getting all actors of class, you would think that you're getting a actual reference to that object, which, I mean, in a sense you technically are, but it's a soft one, so it won't let you actually plug in any of these or reference any of the actual variables and stuff in it. Okay, so that's the reason we need a cast here. Okay, so let's hit compile. It should work now. There we why is there a bunch of remove breakpoint? F9 is the shortcut for that, so we don't have to do that multiple times. All right, so let's get over here now. Let's hit play. Oh right, I did want an actual breakpoint there. My apologies. Right here, breakpoints, because I want to show you what happens. shoot, and then we're gonna toggle our thing on. Okay, so just to illustrate how this is, we're looking inside these actors, so you can see that there's only 2 actors. There's both of the flashlights that I have in the world. Number 1 is attached to my equip weapon. We're getting the attached actors for our equip weapon. You can see that there's only 1, which is literally flashlight number 1. So that this will execute up until this equals, sorry, the 1 out of here equals the 1 out of here, which is literally like 3 passes of this. Okay, then we're gonna cast, then we're gonna run the flip-flop node and turn the flashlight on and off. So now that should only work on the flashlight that we currently have equipped. First I'll get rid of that breakpoint on here, and then I will resume the simulation, and now we can toggle it on and off. There you go. Okay, that's the flashlight. If you want to fool around with the flashlight settings, be my guest. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this video. Now you have a shotgun that works. Also the sniper rifle, rechamber and shotgun rechamber animations work, and hopefully look a lot better than mine. I mean, you guys saw it, it was garbage. Anyway, so in the next video, we are going to be working with the alternate fire modes. We are going to do the burst and the auto fire modes and be able to switch back and forth between them in our game. If you guys can't wait for that, I do have other videos on the channel here that can help you elevate your skills as a game developer, and you can check out this one right here, just for you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.